Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're going to be going over another Master League team today. So, yeah, Little Cup's in with Master League, so I don't particularly want to make a ton of Little Cup Pokemon, which I've already gone over in this channel, but just in case it's the first time you're checking out these videos. So we just play Master League, and I'm going to go over a team here. That's a really fast way to get your battles done. It's going to be Primarina in the lead with Waterfall. And along with that, we're going to go with Palkia in the back, which is probably the best mon in the league. And behind that as well, we're going to actually run Togekiss, which, to be fair, has dropped off a ton this season. Dropped off a little bit last season as well. So basically the introduction of Necrozma Duskmane form, the Steel type, is, I think, basically when Togekiss just started seeing almost no play. But yeah, so an interesting thing on this team is that your ABA Water as well as ABA Fairy, which is very interesting, gives you actually a little bit more diversity than you would think than just being a normal ABA team. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the videos and subscribe if you haven't. All right, we have Primarina versus Primarina here. Ours has Waterfall, theirs has Charm. So the pros and cons here are that Waterfall means you will get to this Moonblast before they do. Technically, I guess they could have thrown a Hydro Cannon. I wonder if that would have been enough to KO. I believe, well, we're going to get this fast attack through here, so I think we're just going to go for the Shield and Wind switch here, considering we have an ABA comp. We could catch them in another Mon here that we want to go into. It ends up being a Kyogre, so we're going to throw the Hydro Cannon just to do a little bit of damage. But this is actually perfect for Origin Form Palkia, just because we resist basically everything it does. I guess it could have Thunder and Blizzard, which are going to be neutral. One thing to note here is that we are running Dragon Tail, which, to be fair, is very similar to Dragon Breath. The only thing is you could catch people in... that are hitting you with bad timing. That's the really only difference that you can gain a big advantage with Dragon Tail. Whereas the advantage with Dragon Breath is that it's a one-turn move, so you can always throw on good timing if you're able to be throwing on good timing, so you always have the decision there. Another thing here is that this Togekiss is running Aura Sphere basically for the Rhyperior matchup. Since it is a rock type, it will take super effective from that. Alright, Yveltal. So we do resist the Sucker Punches, which is the fast attack of Yveltal, which is how it got buffed this season basically. And the only thing is Oblivion Wing does hurt a lot here. We're going to go for the Hydro Cannon here on good timing. Basically, we have a 3-turn move versus their 2-turn move, so we want to throw on odd numbers. And the reason we throw the Hydro Cannon instead of the Moonblast is because if they shield one, the Moonblast, while it will KO, if they do shield, you end up with no energy, whereas in this case scenario, we are able to throw a second Hydro Cannon, and with our good timing here, we are actually able to basically eat this and farm this down. Thus winning switch again, which is pretty good. I mean, it's definitely what you want in an ABA comp. Togekiss here is actually pretty good. The only thing, I mean, it's tough to go into Palkia here because you're going to be down energy. But Togekiss, you do double resist the fast attack, which is the buffed Mud Slap for this season. And the only thing you have to really worry about is the Rock Wrecker, which basically will one-shot. We are able to get the shield, then we go into our own Palkia here. The reason we go into Palkia is because even if they do throw the super effective Breaking Swipe, they're probably not getting to 2 here. Oh, they are getting to 2. I guess we're going to be all in on Togekiss. Well, we probably live a Breaking Swipe here. Is it going to be enough to do anything into this last Mon? It is a Ho-Oh, which actually we do double resist the Incinerates, meaning that we probably will make it to a second Aqua Tail, and that's going to be enough to KO. Goes for the 3 turns instead of just the 2 turns, because they're not going to get to a move for 10 turns on 2 Incinerates. Whereas you can get to 3 Dragon Tails, which is going to be 9 turns. So you're always going to get under. You will take that damage from the Incinerate, but since we do double resist the Incinerate, we might as well go for perfect timing and doing that damage. Catching you here in the middle of the video. Definitely subscribe if you haven't. Just take a second, hit it. All right, back to the video. All right, Wild Charization. If there is a Yveltal here in the back, this is our old team. I don't know how good it is nowadays, but we are running, well, we're running the Altered Form Dialga because I definitely don't have Origin Form. We stay in for a little bit and then just try to eat this Iron Head. This is going to be, oh, it is Roar of Time, actually. Good catch here by the opponent to not throw the resisted move. This is resisted, but they're very close to another Roar of Time, so they may shield, being scared of the possibility of... Oh, no, they don't shield. But can we make it to a Spatial Rend? Oh, we're running Draco Meteor. Oh, my gosh. I'm just going to leave it as Spatial Rend there on the left. I've changed the movesets on the left side like 6 times. All right, we're going to leave it there because if you do have Spatial Rend, you're definitely going to want to go with Spatial Rend. But just showing that you don't necessarily need the Raid Day move there if you don't have it. And Giratina, going to throw this move. Well, it only KOs if it's Shadow Ball. Okay, it is Shadow Ball. And we have the Primarina coming in against the Dialga. Technically, both moves are... Oh, no. Iron Head is neutral, but they don't have very much HP. Can we actually farm this down? Dragon Breath being double resisted. We do have to see what they do come in with. They do end up coming in with the Zacian. Does this KO? I actually don't think it does. Dang. Gonna get quick attacked down. All right, Primarina into Primarina again. They actually end up switching into Xerneas. I said this many times on the channel, but Xerneas I think is a very good mon in this cup. And I actually think that, Origin Form Palkia is obviously very good as well. And I actually think Landorus Theron Form is underratedly like one of the best mon in this cup as well. So if you want to run a team of that 3 maybe, just as a ABC like coverage monster team, that's a pretty good team right there. All right, this could be a Moonblast. So we go for the shield. We're going to go for the farm down here against the Xerneas. Basically hoping that Charm can get through all of this. I do think this is the close combat, which is technically double resisted. So hopefully we live. Yeah. And now we get to throw whatever move we think is good into this Primarina. Probably should have thrown the Ancient Power, but going to throw the Aura Sphere. It is resisted. But I guess any move is worth any amount of damage at this point. So, interesting enough, we do see that they are running Waterfall, so we decide to come in with our own Palkia just to get a lot of energy here. The only thing we really have to be worried about is the Moonblast, so we do go for CMP, although I don't think that this Aqua Tail is going to KO, so probably need to shield this. But it's going to be... Oh, it's actually running Disarming Voice. That is actually so good for our opponent and not as good for us. Probably just going to go for... Okay, baiting the Spatial Rend, basically. They do end up shielding. Probably we can go all in against both of these mon with our own Primarina, meaning that we're just going to basically sacrifice a lot of HP here. On the Palkia, we did see earlier Origin Form does about 50... Or, I'm sorry, Oblivion Wing does about 50%. So probably going to try to get this farm down here. Actually going to get it, have the Hydro Cannon, and just throw the Hydro Cannon. Well, what was their HP? I do think it was low enough for the Hydro Cannon. All right, Yveltal, we did see this earlier, so you do win the ones if you do end up going for the Hydro Cannon. Yeah, and you do have to shield. Well, technically you don't have to shield the first one, as we're going to end up shielding the second one anyways, but you don't want to give your opponent... you want to keep as much information close to the chest as you can, so us knowing that we're going to end up going for the Hydro Cannon here means that we know that they're not going to get like a farm down. Like it's kind of like we don't want them to double shield and end up farming us all the way down, but they end up double shielding anyways. This is interesting. Do we want to... I guess we just get to this Hydro Cannon anyways. All right, you win the 2s. Good to know. It does, even with the Sucker Punch buff, it does end up taking a long time to get through to your moves, rather. It's still just more of a damage move than it is an energy move. Just by a little bit, but still, yeah. Going to get taken out by the Breaking Swipe here, even though it is resisted, but they end up coming in with Ho-Oh, and we have Palkia, so that's going to be a GG. Technically, you do live the Brave Bird anyways, so even if they throw the Brave Bird here, even if they have Solar Beam, you would live this Solar Beam as well, as it is just neutral. Going to be able to farm this all the way down before they get to a second move, and going to have the Aqua Tail for the Rhyperior here. Aqua Tail double super effective against Rhyperior, as it is ground and rock type, both taking super effective from water, so this thing just absolutely explodes the Rhyperior. Also, this is really good against the Rhyperior because we do have Waterfall. They end up switching into their own Waterfall Primarina. We go into our Togekiss. We are going to have to give a shield here, but we are going to end up winning this matchup at the end of the day. Oh! We're not giving the shield. I guess we're saying both of our Mon are water in the back, so we're going to be good against that Rhyperior no matter what. Maybe we're just going to go for shield advantage here. Oh my god, it's nasty, dude. I guess we didn't care earlier about the Togekiss. Why care about it now? We could come in Primarina, not Primarina, actually Palkia, and get a massive farm down here. This is crazy. Oh my god. Okay, Xerneas is tough for us. Well, at this point, though, we know we're all in on Primarina, so we probably won't even go for a shield here, I would guess. Well, now I think we will shield. We do want to throw our energy into this before... we don't want to just give up random amount of energy, so probably we'll get off our 2 Aqua Tails and then never shield this guy again, if I'm guessing, and then we're all in on Primarina doing fast damage to both of them on in the back. Plus, you do need the shield against the Rhyperior, because if it does get the Rock Wrecker off against the Primarina, you are totally screwed. So yeah, just let this hit, and all in Primarina. Close combat, technically, I don't think it would KO from there. But, I guess we could just Hydro Cannon right away. Yeah, this is just the easiest way to go about this. Don't use your shield here, and then don't have to risk anything against the Xerneas as well. Sweet. Alright, oof. Another Rhyperior lead. Do you notice how they do always stay in for 1 Mud Slap? And that is because they do want to see... Gyarados. They do want to see if you're running Waterfall, because if you're running Charm, it's not that scary for them. Alright, Xerneas here in the front is a bit of an awkward matchup, especially since they win CMP. Just the fact that they're a legendary or not a legendary means they're almost always going to win CMP against you. They do get to Moonblast in 5. So, yeah, it is a Moonblast. I guess you could end up going for a shield farm down here if you do want to win the lead. I like this a lot. It is close combat, which is interesting, which makes you think, oh, they have a chance to get to a second one, but then they lower their defense, right? So then they end up just taking it. Probably just going to go for the Moonblast because you don't have enough HP to get to double Hydro Cannon here, which they obviously are going to shield. We do have Togekiss at the end of the day. Technically, 2 Oblivion Wings will KO this Togekiss after some time with the fast attacks as well. So it's fine for the Yveltal here to get the damage off and then switch. They do end up having Rhyperior here in the back. Technically, they outpace you to the Breaking Swipe, but your moves do more than their moves at the end of the day, so your Aqua Tail is going to one-shot the Rhyperior. Goes for CMP. Nice. I like this to bait the shield out because you always outpace them to the next one. You could actually just let this go as well. I like shielding, though. Do have to be careful about going for CMP on this one because switches back up. But switches up for us as well, so we probably will just switch after this. Just force them to get to a move, and we're definitely going to outpace them to this Ancient Power. Nice. Super effective, but they're low already. It doesn't matter. It's going to KO either way. All right. Landorus. All right, basically... This team's so good against... Oh my god, this is just the counter to Palkia. Anyways, also opponent throws on bad timing here, allowing us to get another charm through, which is nice. Yeah, not a lot. Well, they... you live in Aqua Tail, though. Yeah, they get another Aqua Tail off here with another bad timing. But this one they had to go bad timing because they're about to die. Yeah. Ancient Power. We did it. We go for Ancient Power on this one instead of Aura Sphere since it was resisted last time. They shield. Unfortunate. A weird shield, I think, here by Primarina because why would you shield this? Probably just going to go for Moonblast. I think we do have to shield. Oh, calling it. Maybe he thinks they have a Disarming Voice. I guess Moonblast may be an interesting moveset here because I think most go for Disarming Voice, as it is harder to get to moves on this Primarina, which means they probably won't end up shielding. Oh my god, they end up coming with the Landorus. Okay, they caught on Landorus, which is fine. At the end of the day, our Palkia is still going to be fine because they are running Waterfall, right? And we do have 2 shields, so we don't even care about the Disarming Voices. Probably just going to let this go and switch right now. Looks like we were going to end up trying to switch anyways, trying to catch this Hydro Cannon. But it was CMP, and actually we'll just get the full farm down here against the Fairy type with our Dragon type. So that's pretty nasty. You can call the no shield because you think that they're not running Moonblast. That is so... it's not that risky because you basically know. But yeah, another Rhyperior lead. I mean, this guy is double weak too, so I feel like it's Landorus in the back, just based on almost nothing here, or based on the non-switch, right? You would never stay in this matchup because it's so horrific. Oh, Yveltal Landorus. This is going to be triple weak to... I think this is triple weak to Primarina. Switches here just to see what the last mon's going to be, basically. Oblivion Wing, okay. I mean, we're going to make it to the Draco. I guess we're just going to go for... I don't know. I think it's Landorus in the back, for sure. So going for the double Aqua Tail here makes a lot of sense. Just try to do any damage to this thing, and it's basically over. Is it Landorus? Just show us. Oh, it's Ho-Oh. I mean, it's still terrible, right? We're going to get the Hydro Cannon off for sure. We do have to shield. They could go for the Brave Bird before us. Okay, makes sense that they don't go for it. They're going to get their defense lowered, and then it's just a fast attack down. That's GG. Okay, want to take it out with the Togekiss? That's fine as well. They will make it to a Brave Bird here, but we just have to... Well, we do survive it, yeah, by a lot, actually. GG. All right, that was the last game there. Thank you so much for watching the video. This team's very interesting. Obviously, you have a lot of fast attack pressure, and Primarina, just like the last video, Waterfall Primarina is just at an all-time high on stocks. That fun is everywhere in the league right now, so if you are going to be triple weak to it, you are running a risk of losing basically like 40% of your games outright. So anyways, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up. If you haven't, definitely hit the subscribe button, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace. Waterfall, again, the movesets are there on the left side. Ooh, wait 1 second. All right, everything is right on the left side there on the movesets now. Let's go ahead and continue into this game. Really in the... Oh, it's Dragon Tail Palkia. Okay, well, we have Dragon Breath showing here, but that's fine. They're very... I'm just... Hey, thank you for watching the video, and if you want to continue to support me, definitely click that subscribe button. You'll see any content coming out, and if you want another video on this same league for some more tips and tricks to other teams, check that video out right there, and I'll see you in the next one.